Redefine Gamedev, I challenge you to recreate the Will You Snail movement in Godot. Make it happen. I bet you can't do it.
I got challenged by Jonas to make Will You Snail in Godot.
Accept my challenge, or accept defeat.
I accept your challenge, and I'm gonna put a spin to it. In fact, I'm gonna make it 3D. I'm Adrian and welcome to Redefine. By the way, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the like button on this video. Let's get started. In order to pull this off, I need a plan. I separated the tasks into 3 different categories: must-have, good-to-haves, and nice-to-haves. In the must-haves, we do have the movement, of course, and jumping. We need the basic functionality of the game. In good-to-have, we need to have a little friction and acceleration. We need to have double jumping, because that's what's in the official game, and also a small test level, because otherwise what we will be able to do in the game, right? In the nice to haves, we do have particles, yes, and not only particles but also animations, because they need to convey high speed movement or idle state or falling or jumping. So with that said, let's dive into the implementation. I jumped right into Blender and started with the basic cube. Of course, I deleted it, and after a second I recreated it. Shelly turned out quite nice. I didn't spend a lot of time in it because a lot of other stuff had to be done. I'm quite pleased with the final result after getting the model imported into the game. And by the way, that's quite fast because Godot supports a lot of different 3D formats. I started with the movement. And if you are wondering how I did that, well, I followed Heartbeast's tutorial for 2D platformer. And I'm gonna tell you a secret, with some small adjustments you can make it work for 3D as well. That's quite awesome. Yeah, so thank you Heartbeast for your nice tutorials. You probably have heard of Unity's particle system, and it's quite nice. But you haven't heard of Godot's animation system, which is crazy. Imagine an animation system that can animate basically any property in the engine. So that's quite powerful, and with that said, I could animate the eyes while idling and while moving quite easily with the animation editor integrated in the engine without other help from external tools. For achieving the stretching functionality, instead of using animations, I calculated the difference of speed between current speed up and the maximum speed that can be achieved moving up, and then I moved that interval to a new interval from 0 to 1. This is called linear interpolation if you're interested. This can be applied to the scaling, so it can stretch basically the object. And when the player is falling, this is applied backwards, so it actually gets enlarged, so it's getting quite a nice effect. After this, I had to move to making it nice and fun to play. So with this, I needed particle systems, and Godot provides 2D, 3D particle systems, whatever you want. It was quite simple to achieve the movement particle system and the jump particle system. Speaking of level design in Godot, if you are familiar with tile maps, then you'll love this feature. It's called Grid Map, and it offers similar functionalities but in 3D. So you can create a library of objects that can be tiled over and over again, and Godot allows the possibility to tile objects vertically, horizontally, or whatever way you want. On top of that, you can even layer objects, so this is what I used to create the level. And this grid map is a quite powerful tool that you can use it to speed up your level design. And of course, you can use this with your procedurally generated levels as well. So Godot, really nice tool that you cannot find directly out of the box in both Unity or Unreal engines. How do you think it turned out? Before heading to the comment section, remember I spent just a couple of days and Jonas spent a couple of years for this game, so don't compare it fully, but just tell me your opinion. And you probably are thinking, hey, wait a second Adrian, this is a 2D game, but why is it saying 2D in the top left corner? Well, because you can actually toggle it between 2D and 3D. It's a really easy implementation because I just changed the camera perspective. This is possible because all of the objects and all of the functionalities are built for 3D. In perspective, this challenge was quite good to first understand Jonas's game better. So with just 3 days of work, I managed to do a nice system. I could get a glimpse of what to expect from Will You Snail when it will be released. By the way, if you haven't wishlist Will You Snail, do so right now. It will help Jonas's game a lot. Probably the most common question is, can you make a full game with Godot? And even, can you make a 3D game with Godot? And I can say yes, you can make a 2D game or a 3D game with Godot, and it can be a full game for that reason. It provides a lot of tools, as you can see, the animation system, the particle system, importing of various 3D formats, so it's quite a powerful engine. And if you want a little more, if you want that little extra, then you should wait for Godot 4. By the way, I have a really awesome video that should pop up right now on the screen, telling you a possibility of what could happen next for Godot. Jonas, if you are seeing this, thank you a lot for offering me this challenge. It was quite nice understanding your game better. I'm looking forward for the next challenge. I'm Adrian, and I'll see you in the next one.